this is a quick video about my bike and luggage setup on this ride through Karnataka and Maharashtra. Lots of trail riding. Most of it is similar to what I'd done in my trip to Uttarakhand, but I've made a few changes. In terms of the bike itself, two noticeable changes. One is I really wanted to get knuckle guards onto the bike because the Xpulse comes with those plastic things that don't really serve a purpose. So I wasn't able to fit that onto the stock handlebar with my rocks risers. As a quick solution, I got the Art of Motorcycle handlebar and then took the knuckle guard off the Thunderbird along with this, what do you call it, handlebar cushion thing, whatever it is, this, and just changed that. It's been a comfortable setup on the motorcycle. And in terms of the luggage rack, I had to remove the Viterra rack and put on the Hero rack, which you can see from below. But that was primarily because of the damage that happened to the bike during transport. So this was a temporary solution. I'll eventually get the Viterra rack back on once I have some time. In terms of luggage, the pod and the Enduristan Sandstorm 4H, which is the tank bag in the front, these are both things that have been constant on the bike. Fully waterproof, great for carrying a whole bunch of stuff. And the pod is for the tools and tubes and raincoat and things that I need easy access to. Today, of course, my chappals are hanging out over here because we were in a very muddy place and had to wash them. Didn't want to get them into the gear. The tail bag has changed though for this trip. This is the Viterra Hammerhead 45. It's a really nice tail bag. It has a entirely waterproof main compartment, which is where all of my clothes and laptop and all of that gear is sitting. It has a couple of pockets on the side for easy access stuff as well. So the main compartment is waterproof just like this, but throughout this trip, for dust protection and just to be cautious because we've had some rain as well, there's an additional rain cover that you have. The bag looks better without that additional rain cover, but just to be safe, it's a nice high-vis fellow. I've kept this on throughout the trip, and in fact yesterday we rode through some insane rain. All of my gear were in these waterproof bags and everything stayed dry, which was really good. The other thing, of course, that I'm carrying is this Climb knapsack. This is actually my trail backpack that I use when I'm riding around in Chennai doing trails and stuff like that, because it has enough storage to carry a few cameras as well as a hydration bag. On this trip, there isn't enough storage in this to keep my drone and a few other things which I don't want bashing around at the back either. So essentially this bag is really light. It just has some water and a couple of things that I don't want subject to the impact of trail riding on the bike. So altogether, this works really well for me. But if you're someone who doesn't carry cameras, who's not really doing something the way that I do it, then you can make do with just these two bags. I would recommend not using a tank bag on the Xpulse to the extent possible, because it makes it a lot more comfortable to stand up and ride on the bike. With the tank bag on, with the foot peg position, this is something I'll have to change. I'll have to move the foot pegs back. But the way it's set, with a tank bag, it's very tough to stand and ride, which is a huge limitation when you're trail riding. So throughout this trip, I've had to sit and ride quite a bit simply because of that. I need the tank bag. It's crucial to what I do. But otherwise, I would say look at a tail bag and a pod. Something like this is a great setup for anyone who's touring on an Xpulse.